ICT Functional Skills, Excel Charts. Topics you need to know. You need to know about the chart basics. You also need to know about non-consecutive data, as well as axes labels, moving a chart, including or not including a legend, and the various advanced options available to you. So the chart basics. Now a chart should speak for itself. By looking at a chart, it should tell me everything I need to know without really having any further additional information. And you can see this chart has a clear title. It's a pie chart. The portions are broken up and I can see what they are by the colour code down here, the key, or otherwise known as a legend. And for additional clarity, in case we want to know some exact figures, I've added a data label to each portion of the chart as well. And this is very easy to do. Now I'm just going to delete this. Now when you're selecting your data, make sure you include your headings. And Excel are going to use these. I now go to Insert, and I created a pie chart. So I'm going to select pie chart here. I've got various options. I'm going to choose the basic 2D. And there it is, there's my chart there. Now it's automatically populated a title from my column heading. It hasn't included the data labels yet, I need to add those. You can see I've already got my legend, the various site locations. Now to add my data labels, I go to plus, the chart elements. You can see, does it want a chart title? I could untick this if I wanted to, or I can put it back. Do I want my legend? In this case I do, and it does pre-position it. Now I also want my data labels, and I've got further options there if I wanted to explore. Now if any reason I didn't like my title, I could edit it from here as well. What if I was using non-consecutive data? I'm just going to move this out of the way just for a moment and I can resize this. Now if I wanted something from the site location but it's not next to each other, now watch here, if I got this information selected and I go to select something else, I lose this column A data I selected. So I need to select this and hold down the Control on your keyboard. This keeps that column. Now select C, and you can see that both are now selected. And the same as before, I go to Insert, and I go to my chart type, and this time I'm going to choose a column or bar chart. I can again choose my options, and it previews below. I'm just going to include a simple cluster column. Again, because I selected the headings, it's given it a title. I can see my site locations down here, and my number of first aiders. There's a few other things I might do to this. Now one of the main things is to add axes labels. These clarify the type of information. So what do these locations mean to somebody else? And what do these numbers mean to somebody else? So I go to plus, and I can see my chart elements. Now I'm going to add some axes titles. Now it can't presume these, so I'll need to add these myself. But I can also add data labels. I want to turn it into a table, have some error bars if necessary. Again, a legend, but I've only got one type of information here, the forklift drivers, so I don't need a legend. And a trend line. So I've ticked my axes titles. I now need to write over them here. So I'm going to say site location. And for this one, I'm going to say number of drivers. Again, depending on the type of information, if it was to do with currency, I'd say whether or not it's pounds or dollars, possibly in brackets. Any type of measurement, I would put the unit next to it as well. Okay, now that's all I need for that chart. What I would say is quite often you'll embed your charts onto the sheet, and you can see it's already currently an object in that sheet. I may want to move it somewhere else. Now if I right click on that chart, I've got the option to move the chart. As I said, it's currently an object in sheet 1, which is the name of the sheet. What if I want to put it into a new sheet? And I can change the name. I'm going to take the default for chart 1 for now. That's made a whole sheet just out of that chart. It depends what sort of detail you need. Sometimes this is useful. I mentioned previously, do I need a legend or not? So don't forget that option's just there. In this case I don't. Also, I'd explore these other options, these chart elements, and see what use they are to you, as well as right-clicking to see what sort of things you can do. So I could change the chart type if this didn't work for me. I may need to make some edits if I've added details and it hasn't automatically updated to reselect the data. I can also format the plot area. Now just above, you'll see some what's called Contextual Chart tools, and this means that while I'm in the chart, these extra ribbons appear. Now there used to be 3, but most of those now have been replaced by these chart elements. That was the main chart we used to use, the data labels and legend and titles. Now you've got design and formats. Okay, and to be honest with you, they're the basic of the chart features that you need to be aware of, what to consider when making a chart. You don't need to explore much further, but I would browse just for your own sort of skills and confidence and practice it a few times. Practice task. Create some made-up data, about 5 lines worth, using the following 3 columns: first name, company, and monthly wage. Make a bar chart showing first names and monthly wage, and move the chart to a new page, make it more visually appealing. Then explore the icons and the additional contextual chart ribbons. Right-click the different parts of the chart to explore more of the advanced options mentioned previously.